Days of Excellence. I'm your host, Faith Amore, and today we're going into the world of sports. Who was this man? He was an African-American baseball player born January 31st, 1919, and he died October 24th, 1972, of a heart attack. He broke the color barrier, and he was a sports hero. His name? Mr. Jackie Robinson. Now, this man had the audacity to believe he could be a baseball player in the Major League Baseball when there were segregated leagues at the time. No other man had done so or tried to do so since about 1884. He started in Montreal, Canada in 1946 and ended up with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. He experienced intense racism. I was crying today, actually, reading about this man's life. Throughout his life, throughout his career, I should say, verbal abuse when he'd travel with the Brooklyn Dodgers, racial slurs from other coaches while he's on the baseball diamond on the side, just like berating him, trying to get him to fail. He had teammates who plotted to have him kicked off of the team. He received hate mail from fans of the teams and death threats. So this was a man who endured a lot, and he could have done a lot for backlash, but he chose nonviolence. He was encouraged to choose nonviolence, and it was that choice that allowed him to reach the heights that he did in his career and in his life afterwards. He became a six-time All-Star he was 6 times on the All-Star team. He won championships. He had streets, schools, and stadiums named after him. He was the first Black VP of a major corporation. He was the first of a lot of things. Now, with his signing in the 40s, he actually was the one to break the color barrier. So to begin integration of Blacks or people from the Negro League into the mainstream or the Major League Baseball. Since the 1880s, baseball leagues had been segregated. So this was a really big deal. And I believe that's essentially what made it so that there was segregation, there was desegregation and integration throughout other sports and other teams after that. And it was a bit of a precursor, I would also say, to what ended up happening in the civil rights movement in the 60s. So in terms of a legacy, he has a large one. And it can't be ignored. It can't be ignored. If you want the full story, you can watch one of the many films about Jackie Robinson's life. You can go to Mr. Google or my cousin Wikipedia and get some more details there as well. Tons of books about Jackie Robinson. He is a major figure. Now, the question is, how do we take the challenge to do something in the spirit of Jackie Robinson? From what I was seeing of him and reading about him, he was a really great example of courage under fire, of grace in the midst of torment. And so that's part of what I would want to take as a challenge today. And today, it's late today, so maybe starting tomorrow. How can I hold my tongue in spite of rude treatment? How can I try something that people in my community haven't done before, but I know that it's calling me, it's meant for me? Sometimes you have to be the first. Sometimes you can be the best, be the one that we talk about for years to come. So if you have any ideas in that vein, put them in the comments. But this is day 2 of 28 days looking at Black history, 28 days of excellence. We look back so we can look forward to a better world. See you tomorrow when we'll talk about a poet who was a lady. Bye-bye for now. Oh, I'm going to put on some music.